topic. Yeah, right. So, yeah, who can talk about hip hop? So, what had happened was, I'm gonna find the original. Where's the original here? Okay, so the topic was, who are the two worst rappers here? And it showed Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, Nas, Kanye West, Drake, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, J. Cole, and 50 Cent. And those, who are the two worst rappers here? And this guy, along with this guy, immediately said 50 Cent. And I forget who the next person was. But they immediately say 50 Cent. And me, I was like, 50 who? 50 aka Ferrari F50? Why is he? And they're talking about the whole, like, them, like everything they've done. And they're like, 50 Cent's the worst one here. And I got annoyed. I was like, motherfuckers are so scared to objectively look at that group and be real with themselves. In my opinion, Nas has the most flimsy catalog and impact than anybody else there. I'm not saying my favorite. I'm not saying my least favorite. But Nas has probably the worst beat selection. His rise to fame, I mean, he was doing his thing early 90s, right? But he didn't reinvent anything, especially when hip hop, and I don't want to be loose with the term hip hop. I do mean hip hop and not rap. Those are two separate fucking things. Hip hop is the culture in movement and expression. And the four elements of hip hop is DJing, graffiti, breakdancing, and poetry. Those are the four elements of hip hop. I am not making this up. These are the four elements: DJing, breakdancing, poetry, and graffiti. That's how motherfuckers express themselves. Hip-hop was always about expression. So when I say hip-hop, I mean hip-hop. I do not mean rap music, which is an element of hip-hop. It's the top two. Yeah, who are the two worst artists here? And granted, these are all great artists here. So at the end of the day, it's all splitting hairs, and at the end of the day, it should theoretically be opinion. But I said, ain't no way 50 Cent's is one of the worst ones here, because 50 Cent invented mixtapes, which Lil Wayne was able to capitalize on. 50 Cent, during a label-heavy era where you needed a label to be heard, and labels were making us listen to some whack-ass motherfuckers. I'm looking at you, Freeway. I'm looking at you, Memphis Bleak. You know, I'm looking at a lot of people that we should not have heard. And they said no to people that we should have heard early. They said no to Ye. They said no to 50. They've been saying no to Eminem. I'm not really that big of an Eminem fan, but I understand his impact. With that being said, 50 Cent said, fuck these labels. I'm going to make mixtapes. And I'm going to push them. Me and DJ Who Kid are going to push these mixtapes. And we're gonna make the rumbling come from bottom up. We're gonna make that rumbling come from bottom up. We're not gonna have a top-down rumble where trickle-down fans happen. We're gonna fucking push his sound up. There's a freestyle video out there with him, Conscious, Nori, and some other dude. And you could tell 50 was well out of their league. Just from the shit that he was doing. Shit he was saying. Then you look at Get Rich or Die Trying. That is a legendary fucking run. People talk about Lil Wayne's mixtape run because they weren't around for 50 Cent's mixtape run. And 50 Cent's mixtape run is like a horror movie. And I mean that exactly how it's meant. You look, if you're a big horror fan, even if you're a medium horror movie fan of today's horror, and you go back to the 80s and you go back to the 90s of horror movies, you're gonna be like, this shit's corny. Not understanding that, like, this is the first time that shit happened. This was groundbreaking. So you go back to 50s mixtapes and you might be like, there's nothing new here. And it's like, no, you don't understand. That was new. That was the shit. 50 Cent in the 2000s was able to invent and reinvent what we understood rap music to be, and he revolutionized hip-hop culture when it came to G-Unit, when it came to how to market yourself and your team, and he made stars out of people that didn't deserve to be stars. Lloyd Banks didn't fucking deserve to be a fucking star. Young Buck didn't deserve to be a fucking star. Lloyd Banks is nice, but Lloyd Banks was given the keys to G-Unit, and he said, and he fizzled away, and then got pissed when people stopped checking for him. It's like, we were checking to you because of 50 Cent. Same with Young Buck. Young Buck tried to set trip and say, hey, this is my man. You know, I don't, this is my man. We about to do this. You thinking you nice. And 50 was like, okay, bet. Bye. Tony Yayo, super loyal. Tony Yayo, been loyal from the jump. Like 50 made it possible for these people to eat. He gave them the blueprint, no pun intended. And when he realized, people aren't listening to my music anymore, he switched to acting and now made more money. So you're saying he is one of the worst ones here? Man, Darren said Jay-Z and Ye. When you think about 50 Cent, you think about greatness, you think about hustler mentality. So I'm saying this in these comments. And people are bringing up some really good points about other people. I kind of went at Nas, saying, Nas, honestly, people are like, well, it's just about the lyrics. And I was like, I don't give a fuck about the lyrics. That beat ain't it. You know, we're talking about all this shit. Then this person pops up with who just made a profile. Like, I'm talking made a profile, one post, one follower. And they said they delete their comments. I don't know if they deleted their comments or not. Maybe they did, because I kind of cooked them on it. Because they created a new profile. And they said that they didn't want to bring race into it, but judged off my complexion, I had no real, what gave me the right, the confidence to be able to speak on hip hop and rap music. Their words, based on my complexion, what gave me essentially the audacity to speak on rap music and hip hop. And I was like, oh, the world's testing me today. That's immediately what I thought. I thought the world is testing me today. And my mind immediately went to all the different ways I could have attacked this person. And I do emphatically mean attack this person. Yeah, did they take all the time on? Let me swing on. Let me see if I can. I'm scrolling down because I really want to get. Oh, they didn't. They're down here. Oh, you down there? Oh no, I didn't want to hide that. God damn. I thought about all the ways I could attack what they were saying to me. I could have done the whole mountaintop joint where I'm just like, you don't fucking know what I've been through. You don't know what I've seen, X, Y, and Z. But I'm like, they don't deserve that explanation, baby. They don't deserve to know what I'm about. They don't deserve to know my ethnicity. They don't deserve to know where I lived. They don't deserve to know none of that shit. I want to see that comment. Why do they keep on doing that shit, bro? God, please. Please. Sometimes I hate fucking technology, bro. Sometimes I can't fucking stand it. So I don't want to be disingenuous. You feel me? So yeah, so I thought about that. I thought about, like, I could do that shit. You know, I thought about, you know, talking about how, you know, rap and hip hop was birthed because they took music and instruments out of the schools. They took all that shit away from inner cities, which were predominantly filled with African Americans and minorities. They took all that shit away, and motherfuckers were like, well, what up, Body Tacos?
Body_by_tacos just resubbed for 17 months.
Appreciate the fuck out of that resub, baby. They took that shit away, and they were like, okay, well, let's just fucking make music from the record player. Let's put our hand on the platter. Let's scratch some shit out. Let's replay this break beat, and let's rap over it. You know, they created something from fucking nothing. That's what the fuck happened. And it wasn't created It was created as a symbol of light and hope from nothing. It was created to be a realm in which one can express themselves, which is why, potentially to a fault, rap music gets vultured on the most because people don't respect it. It's so accepting of everyone's style, rap music is, that sometimes it does need to be gate-kept. Abso-fucking-lutely. But it shouldn't be gate-kept based off of the complexion or lack of melanin of people's skin. And it should absolutely be gate-kept from the people that do not respect the history, the growth, and the culture of the music. So this person said, aptly named Nubian underscore kid. No photos, just created that day. Excuse me if I don't believe that you're actually a Nubian kid. Motherfuckers will do that shit, bro. They'll create something with a certain title to make you not try to get that zero knowledge proof shit out the way. And they said, I don't want to bring race into it, but I must, and I'm not implying removing M. So he's already saying I'm not implying removing Eminem because he doesn't want to bring race into it. But y'all not versed enough in the culture to really be giving y'all's opinions. Whomever made that list definitely instigated, but nonetheless, the best answer is I can't answer that. I don't think that person knows what the word versed means. Just so that I understand it, what to mean. Yeah, okay. That's what I think it means. Experienced or skilled, knowledgeable about. So they're claiming that I'm not knowledgeable enough of these people to give my opinions. I'm not knowledgeable. Let's just go down the line. Kendrick Lamar, Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, and then his last project. He also had an untitled project somewhere in there. You know, came up with the class of 2011 of XXL. He had a dream that this person named something super fucking weird visited him, and you find out that that's the actual name of Tupac Shakur. Super fucking weird. Let's get that out the way. Eminem started off making really terrible rap music. Has a horrific song called Black Girls, which he's essentially talking about his hate for black women. I don't know if that was supposed to be a parody or not. It's fucking disgusting. And then synced up with Dr. Dre after moving out. And they rebranded him, reflourished him, and made him the rapper that we know how he is today. Marshall Mathers LP, Encore, some other shit in there. And then he was objectively garbage from 2011 to now. Right? He had a whole decade run of him just being fucking trash. But he impacted the game because white people listened to him, and that's where most of his streams and money comes from. People didn't listen to rap music, but they listened to Eminem. Honestly, in theory, in my humblest opinion, you should protect rap music from Eminem stands specifically. That's a whole different argument. Nas came up early 90s, right, with Illmatic. Which is considered a classic. I think it's okay. I think he had terrible beat selection. He was founded or discovered by the guy from Third Base. I forget his name. He had a TV show on VH1, but he discovered Nas. Should have gave him way better beats, but he didn't. Nas then got into a beef with Jay-Z about who can use what and what not, and then Jay-Z did the takeover, and then Nas did the ether, and that shit was fucking ended. Then Nas had try to release an album. I mean, he released a couple albums, you know, Stillmatic, Trillmatic, all that good stuff, and there's hits on each of them, but the overall projects, in my humblest opinion, are lacking. He never had a club banger besides Made You Look and fucking One Mic, which I love the shit out of One Mic. Again, the beat's all right, the lyrics are amazingly powerful. Then he has I Can, which is kind of the reverse. You know, the beat's really good, but the lyrics are like all right. Then he had N, which was supposed to be named one thing. They couldn't get it cleared, so they named it something else. That has another one of my favorite songs from Nas, Hero, on there. Just I really like the beat, really love Carrie Hilson. And then Nas kind of just been sitting that echelon. Nas has kind of been eaten off of his earlier discography. Ye, you know, everybody knows Kanye West's story. Did ghost beats for Jay-Z, did beats for other people, took studio time here and there. If the artist was done 20 minutes early, he would just need 20 minutes to lay down something so that he can go here, move there. He used one person's name to get another project here. He used the success of the blueprint of Hova beat to garnish a name for himself. He made his album the way he wanted to make it. Damon Dash wanted to shut him up, shut him down. Kanye West said, hell the fuck no. Kanye West built his own path. Had an amazing 4-album run, right? He had College Dropout, Late Registration, which was my favorite projects, Graduation, and then Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which really shot us into that year 2011. And then people thought he was crazy. I didn't think he was all that crazy. People thought he was really crazy. I thought he was kind of crazy. Then people thought he was crazy again, and then I was like, oh, he's not crazy. Then you have Drake, who had fame from Degrassi, right? But he's been known to say that money was nothing. I think he was number 2 on MySpace Music before MySpace got bought out. And then he got a call from Lil Wayne, did So Far Gone, did Thank Me Later, did Take Care, which was the greatest album I've ever heard in my fucking life. Then did If You're Reading This Too Late, then did Nothing Was the Same. And then he did If You're Reading This Is Too Late, which was a middle finger to the deal that he was in to get him out of his deal. And then he did just a bunch of other shit. You know Drake. You fucking know Drake. Jay-Z came up as a hustler. Did Kingdom Come, which people said was an immediate classic. I don't really remember. My love for Jay-Z grew with Blueprint with H to Izzo, Girls, 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 which is an emphatically racist song, and I hope that doesn't come. I hope people don't rediscover Girls, Girls, Girls. That shit is crazy. What else? And then he started dating Beyonce, and they became a power couple. Jay-Z, in my opinion, has never ran the rap game ever. There's never been a single year where Jay-Z ran it. Lil Wayne coming up with Cash Money Records from 99 to the 2000. I think that was his first video verse after You Back It Up, then drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot, see me, drop it. That was my shit. He sparked the Lil genre, right? I don't think I've ever heard a Lil before Lil Wayne. It was always Big, which I thought was funny because there was Big L, Biggie, Big Pun, those motherfuckers, and then Lil Wayne. And then after Lil Wayne, it was Lil Zane, and then Lil Sammy, and Lil Romeo, and Lil Bow Wow. Like, Lil Wayne definitely sunned all those motherfuckers. Lil Wayne had an amazing mixtape run, boom, 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 where he just heard other people's beats and was just like, I want that shit, and I'm just gonna fucking destroy it. He ran the game in 2008 to 2009 just off of features alone. Feature artists alone, he ran that fucking game. J. Cole, Jermaine Cole, is more of a cult following. His main album, the warm-up or the comeback dream or whatever the fuck that shit was called, had 2 really good lead singles, Work Out For Me and Cause You Got a Good Thing, Workout, and Can't Get Enough, which was super fucking fire. Him and Big Sean kind of went toe to toe at it for a little bit, which is funny because J. Cole had Jay-Z, Big Sean had Kanye West. And then J. Cole disappeared and then came back with Forest Hill Drive, double platinum, no features, which is fucking crazy. That album ran. It is arguable. If J. Cole did not drop Forest Hill Drive, you could say undisputed Drake ran 2015, 2016. But because Forest Hill dropped, it's debatable. And then 50 Cent, already told y'all about 50 Cent, you know, his come up and all that shit. So you let me know, based off of all of that, where I'm not versed at. You please let me fucking know where I am lacking in the knowledge that is rap music as a genre and the history of hip hop. You let me fucking know where I'm not versed at. Or just guess. This is just a guess. You're taking how I look and you're saying, not that guy. I don't want that guy to tell me about rap music, which is the dumbest fucking shit in the world, because this motherfucker created a fake IG account to say that, which is the most ironic thing, because hip-hop was always about expression and expressing yourself. So you chose to hide who the fuck you were to say some dumbass shit about something that is about expression. Cool. That's what you gonna get. They continue, because I did give him a taste of where I was from. I gave him a taste. I gave him a little pop of where I was from. I was like, man, you made a whole IG profile to say this. I love the whole y'all not versed to have this conversation, as if skin color dictates knowledge and understanding, especially of a genre of music that was created for expression and understanding. I get what you're saying. I threw out an olive branch. I get what you're saying. Certain people don't rank to have opinions, but it has nothing to do with the skin color and everything to do with experience. If someone with darker skin expressed the same thing I was saying, would that make it more factual? Because it shouldn't. That is called a fallacy. I forget which one it is, but if your opinion changes based on the speaker, then you're not listening. Like that should not happen. 2 + 2 is 4. No, it's fucking not, you man. No, it's fucking not. 2 + 2 is 4. Is it, Catrice? Okay. Thank you for telling me. That's not how that should fucking go. Just FYI. I told him my race. You know, hey man, I'm Puerto Rican and Jewish, among other things. My mom from Pennsylvania, did all of her upbringing in Buffalo, New York. My grandma, New Jersey. My home was rap, jazz, R&B, doo-wop, and gospel music. That's what I ingested every fucking day. That's what was around me every fucking day. And I'll say even your hard attempt for zero knowledge proof in regards to your IG name, you know, no profile pic, one thing, your name is Nubian Kid. Oh, he must be. He's probably fucking not. That was the least hip-hop thing you ever did, was to create a ghost IG account. They expand. Definitely about experience, but what part of your family actually listens to rap? Does my few years of experience give me the over-the-top? What of my few years of experience gives me the over-the-top confidence to make judgments? Last I checked, black folks have been listening and familiar with the genre for decades. I can like country music, and I can say I've been listening to it for years, but that wouldn't make me experience or verse enough. All that aside, though, you're entitled to your opinion. That's what that person said. Oh, I love social media. I love social media arguments. That's what that person said. I am 32 years old. It is safe to say that from a sentient being from around 2 years old, 2 to 3, I've been listening to rap music. So for 30 years, I've been listening to rap music, give or take a decade. My mom been listening to rap music for 60 plus years. My grandmother, she didn't really like rap music. She was more into gospel music. She was more into doo-wop. Granted, giving the time and where she grew up at, she was born before rap music existed. I think the rap of her time would have been disco, would have been that Michael Jackson early disco type shit. So I'll give my grandma a pass on that. Now, with that being said, when my cousins and nieces and nephews and uncles and aunties put on a rap record that grandma liked, she jammed out to it. And then this person tried to troll me. Because they were like, I can like and accept that you are fond of the culture. I really do, even if you don't like the culture, I get it. But you must understand that background, environment, and culture influence are things that can just be experienced by those who may like rap or hip-hop songs. It's bigger than that, so don't speak on a culture as if you're a part of it. Is the point. I can love Jews or Puerto Ricans, but I can't be versed enough to think I can speak on it like I was part of who I am. And that was so fucking stupid. That was so fucking stupid to me. Because even trying to put me on the other side of the argument, I am Puerto Rican by genetics alone. Really. I think I've been to Puerto Rico once, maybe. I was at the Puerto Rican Day Parade. That was great. I love Puerto Rican food. But I don't know what Puerto Rico is like. And if someone that lived, breathed that culture tried to tell me about it, you know what I would say? Oh shit, really? I didn't know that. Thank you for letting me know that. You know what I wouldn't say? You're gonna try to tell me you shouldn't speak on it because you're not Puerto Rican. I am. That's what I'm not gonna fucking do. That's just what I'm not going to do. Now, and I say this. That like, I'm not saying, I said, you have no idea what experiences I have. Your hard assumptions are leaving you to look really foolish. I'm not saying that I have the black experience, right? We all know what that is. That's a funny fucking statement, Darren. Puerto Rican food does go bananas, and bananas are heavily used in Puerto Rican food. Love that shit. I'm not saying I have the black experience. I have the minority experience. It's not as deadly, right? You know, I know that's not as bad as the black experience. And what I mean by that is like when a black person walks into a building, all eyes go to them immediately, and they're probably constantly being looked at. I don't have that problem. I'm not saying I have the black fucking experience. I'm not speaking on the black fucking experience. I would never fucking do that shit because I'm not dumb. I don't speak on shit that I don't know about. And I don't assume to know something. I have the minority experience. I have that double look, but not that elongated look. I have that, what are you? Question that gets asked to me a lot, like I'm not a fucking human being. I get that. I get the occasional white person running their racist jokes through me because they think I'm one thing, and I let them know very quickly that I'm not the person to say that shit to. And then now it's completely awkward. I get that. You know, I get the when my hair's in braids, why is your hair in braids question. That's the shit that I get. It's more, the minority experience is more annoying. It's just annoying. Whereas the black experience is very deadly. And it's heartbreaking. My experience is based off of annoyance. But even in my annoyance, I empathize fucking to my core. With the black experience. I don't feel sorry for nobody. I'm not saying that. Don't get it twisted. Because the last thing anybody with either of these two experiences want is that, oh man, that's hard. Oh, well, you know what? You just shut the fuck up. Be on my team. You know, fuck with me or fuck off type shit. And I told this person, yo, if you want to debate this, DM me. Please. They didn't DM me. I told them multiple times, DM me. I'll jump you on the stream. Come on in. They didn't say anything. That's on them. But to wrap that up, Who can talk about hip hop? Anybody with knowledge about hip hop can talk about it. Now, what you talk about and how you talk about it, that's on you. I highly recommend you talk about it with the utmost respect. Based on all of that, on what I'm seeing, the two artists that I would take off this list, off of impact alone, and granted, these are all greats. These are all great, so it's hard. I'm splitting hairs. I'm taking Nas off. I'm not taking Jay-Z off. I'm not taking 50 off. I'm not taking J. Cole off. I'm not taking Lil Wayne off. I'm not taking Ye off. I'm not taking Drake off. Drake is artist of the decade. Y'all need to shut the fuck up. Eminem's been trash for at least 10 decades. But is the question remove the discography or who's the worst? Because if it's remove them from history, I can't take Eminem off. But if it's just Eminem and Nas, there it is. And it's twice both times went nuts. Kendrick's better than Eminem. And it's twice both times went nuts. Puerto Rican food, dude, empanadas, arroz con pollo, habaritos, bro. Habaritos, bro. Holy fuck. Have you had those? Have you had these, bro? Habaritos? These shits go dummies. So those are plantains, so fried bananas, pork, this fucking sauce. Oh my god, this shit fucking goes dummy if you haven't had that. Classic arroz con pollo, obviously. Okay. All right, I'm getting off track. You get me off track. The next thing I want to rant about, and we're gonna talk about it. You probably had arroz con pollo. Chicken and rice, yellow rice, chicken, little peas, chickpeas, and some sour cream. This? Oh, you can't see it. Goddamn thing that I'm showing you. What is this? Arroz con pollo? Oh. You know what? It's okay. So my mom would make the fuck out of this, and I know this because she would put the olives in there, and I fucking hated olives. My mom would add chicken to this shit anyway, so it's kind of the same thing. She just added protein to that bitch. We're talking about Josh Giddey. For those that don't know, Josh Giddey, let me get the story straight. That's all. Actually, let me hydrate real quick. So Josh Giddey was caught. I wouldn't even say caught because they didn't caught him in the act, but discovered to have had sexual intercourse with a underage woman. And this is like a significant underage woman. And what I mean by that, I mean that in the most scientific term. Significant is like a noticeable change. How old was she, Solomon? Was she 10? No. Ill. She was 15? 15? 16? 15? accused of having he was accused of having improper relationships with an allegedly underage girl after photos and videos of the two were posted by an anonymous social media user. And this is all recent, November 24th. And the photo was a Snapchat thing that said just effed Josh Giddey, and he's posted in the photo, piecing up, and she's like 15. And I think it turned out that like he like knew about it and still continued. And he's 21. He's 21, right? So 15 to 21. 6 years. You see what I'm doing? See how nasty that is? See how nasty that is, bro? Like, people are like, oh, Solomon, what's the difference? If she was 21, he'd be 27. What's the difference? That's the difference. Dumbass. I mean, that's the fucking difference, dumbass. Well, if she's 16 and he's 21, that's only 6 years. 5 years. I think she's 15. If she's 15 and he's 21, that's only 6 years. If she was 30, he'd be 36. What's the difference? That's the fucking difference, dumbass. Damn. And y'all sound fucking nasty, bro. Well, the legal age in Oklahoma, who gives a fuck? Where's my fuck to give on that shit, bro? Well, he just turned 21. He just turned 21 in October. If you just made $1 billion, are you not still a billionaire? Actually, man, I still only have $30. You know, I just got this $1 billion like yesterday. So honestly, I still only got $10. No, you fucking don't. You have $1 billion. You are 21. She's 15. Well, the legal age in Oklahoma, I don't give a fuck. Well, if the parents said, I don't give a fuck. Well, maybe he didn't know. She got into an underage club. How do you know that that's where she got into? You know what's the funniest thing in the world? My son will walk up to me and I'll be like, Dad, can I have ice cream? And I was like, did you eat your food? And he's like, well, I had a little bit of it. And you know what I don't do? Is I don't say, oh, well, my son said, you know, he wanted ice cream, so I gave it to him because I believed. And I took away all accountability of me. When y'all say nasty shit like that, like maybe she snuck into a club with a fake ID, that's removing all accountability from the adult in the situation. If I just let my son have ice cream and he doesn't eat dinner, guess whose fault it is? Not that little ass kid's fault. It's mine. Well, checking ID ruins the mood. You better have that motherfucking mood ruined. Rather the mood be ruined than your career, dumbass. Dude's about to lose $40 million. Because he couldn't wait to have sex with a 15-year-old. Snap a photo of it, pose for it, and then posted it. those brains in that situation are so smooth, I could fucking skip them across Tempe Town Lake. Those are the smoothest brains, bitch. Darren is currently on a 5-stream streak. Hey, let me see. Gotta blame, too. I feel like she wanted this to happen. I think she knew what would happen to him. But see, even then, let's do it this way. Because I am not going to blame the girl on this. And it's not because I don't really subscribe to victim blaming. Especially because these are two consenting people, right? The issue is, out of the two consenting people, one of them's an adult, the other one's a fucking kid. I don't blame kids for being stupid. I can't. If I blamed kids for being stupid, everything a kid did would be their fault. I'm not going to blame a kid for being a dumbass kid. I am going to blame the adult for being a dumbass fucking adult. That's what I'm going to do. You don't blame a rainbow-colored frog for killing you because you decided to put it in your mouth. That's your dumbass fault. That shit is colorful for a fucking reason. That shit is a screaming colorful flag that says, do not put me in your mouth. No pause. Oh, you gotta blame the rattlesnake. No, you don't. That rattlesnake gave you every fucking warning. Well, Solomon, what's a 15-year-old's warning? Have a conversation with them. You know how quick I can have a conversation with a 15-year-old to make me know that that person's 15? It's not even, it's so, the people that are like, oh, well, how would you know? How would you know? You didn't want to fucking know. That's what it was. That's what it fucking was. Maybe he got tired. Yeah, maybe he just wanted to not be a basketball player. Who knows? But my main issue with this whole thing isn't what he did or she did. It's the motherfuckers that are like, well, the legal age. It's like, shut up. You sound fucking stupid. What's the next one? What's the next? That rant was that was a smaller rant. Oh. Okay, we're gonna get into this. This has been on my heart for a very long time. Have a buddy who just finished real estate school. And I had this conversation with him a while ago. And I was like, can you walk me through how to buy a house? And they kept using very big words. And I am so secure in my intelligence that I'm not afraid to tell somebody, hey, I don't know what that word means. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna need you to explain this to me like I'm an idiot. And I was like, okay, and they're such a helper that they want to give me every single detail. And I'm such an active thinker where I don't need every fucking detail. It overstimulates me. It's not a reflection of my intelligence, it's a reflection of my learning ability. Don't give me all the steps. Give me the point A to point B steps, and then if I have a question on how to get there, then give me point A, point 5, if that makes sense. Like you tell me to take the trash out, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna take the trash out. And I'm such a critical thinker that it's like I don't need every step labeled for me. Whereas other people may be like, hey, pull the trash out of the garbage can, tie the trash off, put a new garbage bag in that garbage can, put your shoes on, unlock the door, open the door, close the door, walk down the stairs, go down to the thing. If it's recyclables, it only goes in the blue bin. If it's anything else, it goes in the green bin. Some people need those steps labeled out. You tell me that throw something away, I have the critical thinking to be like, okay, I'm gonna take this. I always have to do all this shit. Oh, this looks plastic. That says plastic. I'm gonna put it in the plastic thing. Not a reflection of my intelligence. It's a reflection of my learning style. So I asked them, I want to buy a house. Let's say I want to buy that house. They go, okay. I was like, what do I have to do? They're like, the first thing you have to do is go to a bank and get approved for a loan. And I said, why? And they're like, well, because the bank has to front you the money. And I was like, what if I have the money? And they said, you still have to go through the bank. Red flag right fucking there. I was like, what? I was like, okay, if that house is let's say that house is $200,000 and I have $200,000. I cannot hand that to that person that's selling the house and they can't hand me the keys and we do the paperwork? Like, no. And I was like, okay. They're like, you need to go to the bank and get approved for a loan. I was like, okay, and I pay the bank $200,000? And they're like, nope. And I'm like, why not? Because they're like, because there's interest on every fucking loan based off your credit. And it doesn't matter if I can smack them in the face with the $200,000 duct taped to my dick. They're going to be like, well, you're based off your credit history. Even though I have all the money right here, based off your credit history, your APR is 24% or 8%. So I already owe the bank fucking money. You following me? If you're not pissed right now, you should be. But whatever. Let's say I say, all right, fuck it. My credit's great. They say my APR is like 4%, whatever. I'm like, okay. And like, they hand you all of this paperwork that you have to get together and do, and you have to do it correctly. And that's a lot. And if you don't do it correctly, there's another charge on that. And they're like, so people typically get a realtor to handle that for them. And I'm like, okay, that's you. And they're like, yeah. And I was like, so what do I need you for then? If, let's say, I want to do all this paperwork. They're like, well, it's a lot of paperwork. And, I went to school to be able to understand this paperwork. I'm like, okay. And they're like, and then I get a closing cost for that. And I was like, and where does that come from? It comes from me. I have to give you a closing cost, which is extra fucking money. So the $200,000 for the house is irrelevant. I, in theory, don't even need $200,000 to buy a $200,000 home. I need 15% of the total cost, so maybe 20 grand. And even more, right? Because I have to give the realtor a closing fee. And I'm dumbing all this down for the listeners here. Yeah, living with parents is the biggest fucking dub. I'll tell you that right now. I have people my age living with mom and dad, and I envy the fuck out of them. Believe you me. And mind you, this process was nowhere near as hard for mom and dad. I'm gonna tell you that right fucking now. The step you took to get a home in the 90s, in the 80s, and the 70s was not this step that I'm describing to you right now, and it was not for this astronomical amount of money. So I'm like, damn, so buying a home is a fucking, and they're like, yep. And I was like, and the shittiest fucking thing, I've been in this apartment for around 6 years. Every month, paid on time. Every month, paid on time. You know what that does for my credit? Nothing. You know what that does for my good faith to buy a home? Nothing. Does fucking nothing. If I could illustrate me flushing thousands of dollars down a toilet, that would be what renting is. It does fucking nothing. How dare I have the audacity to want to rent out a place for my own in hopes to buy a home and have nothing to show for it. So if you're living with mom and dad, please save fucking money. Do not rent an apartment. Fuck that. And save up for 15% of a save up for 20% of a home you want to buy that you got your eye on. See if mom and dad confront that shit because they are already homeowners. And then you pay your mom and dad out. That's the best fucking method, in my humblest of opinion. Put you down as a co-leaser, a co-signer, so you get credit for that shit. But the housing shit, that's a fucking scam, bro. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way, dog. That shit's a fucking scam. Now, to probably the most important topic. This topic has been on my heart all fucking for the past couple of months. Actually, I'll even say it's been subconsciously on my heart for the past year. Yeah, for around the past year. Subconsciously, I'd say. Same friend that explained to me the real estate scam. I would see having mood shifts throughout the years that I've known them. And they would talk to me about like the Palestinian it was a light genocide back then. It wasn't as bad as it is now. But they would talk to me about it, and I was so American, you know, just like, get that out of my face. And I was like, oh, really? That's crazy, you know, type shit. All right, what are we gonna do today? Type shit. And I would see them just like stuff their emotions down. And then a couple of months ago, we were hanging out, and I look over to my left, and they just have like tears streaming down their face. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a huge breakdown, Darren. And I see tears streaming down their face, and I'm like, what's going on, dude? And they're like, look at these bombings. And I was like, yo, why do you like subject yourself to that content? Like, you should probably stop looking at it. That is word for fucking word that I said to this person. You should probably stop looking at it if it's bumming you out. And then October 7th happened. And, you know, you find out that this quote unquote terrorist group named Hamas bombed an Israeli music festival. Now, as someone that's Jewish, I'm like, what the fuck happened there? You know? And then I see on my Instagram photos, videos of non-stop bombings of Palestinian people. And I see this video of this little girl bandaged up. She had to be like 6, 7, screaming, bro. I'm trying to, right eye bandaged, right head wrap, screaming for her mom. Shaking, trembling. I see this kid. I had to be like 8 years old. It's in the ground. He looked like my kid. Like frame fucking perfect. And so what did I do? I researched. I went back in the fucking time. 1948, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly. It's when I'm gonna give you this shit. I'm not there, but thanks, dog. Appreciate it. In 1948, the UK. So a little bit before that, I guess, there was this piece of territory, this chunk of territory that was owned under the UK, United Kingdom's jurisdiction. When they relinquished that area, they created borders for the different groups of people that were out there. And Palestine had a real chunk evenly of that territory. And then the US essentially said, nah, you guys don't get all of that, because Israel was like, this land belongs to us. This land was our land And the documentation they used to justify this land being their land was the Bible and the Torah, which is Hebrew scripture. And they said, this land is ours. And Palestine was like, we've been inhabiting this land for a very long time. And so what Israel had begun to do from 1948 to around 2006 is dishome, bomb, shoot, jail, kill, and create settlements on this territory little by little. They'll take that home, take that home, take the homes around the bigger home, all take the big home, and then just tell these people to get the fuck out. And they said, where do we go? And they were like, I don't fucking care. And then, in around 2006, Israel was like, you guys need representation to the Palestinian people. You guys need a government. You all need to elect somebody to be in your government. And you know who the Palestinian people elected? Because these people had Palestinians' best interests based and that Israel approved of and even funded, if I'm remembering correctly. Guess who Palestinians' governing representation was in 2006? Hamas. They are not a terrorist group. They were not a terrorist group. They were a resistance group as a representation of Palestinians' interest. And you know what Palestinians' interest was? Guess. To get the settlements out of Palestine that were wrongfully taken. Hamas was a pushback. If this is a armchair, and this is your armchair and your arm's on it, and someone just goes and pushes your shit off. I don't fucking care what you do with your arm. Get your shit. This is my armrest. This is my armrest because it's connected to my chair. Even though it's the only armrest you can fucking have, and I have this good ass armrest over here, it's technically connected to my chair, so I'm gonna hold on because this is my birthright. And Palestinians went, hey, this is my fucking armrest. And so from 2006 to October 6, 2023, Palestine was just fucking eating these bombings, these displacements, these wrongful imprisonments. You want to talk about the hostages that Palestine had from October 7th? Let's talk about the plus 200 hostages Israel already fucking had that predates the bombing of the music festival. Let's talk about that shit. But we can't talk about that shit, right? We can't talk about it. So let me go back. So from 2006 to October 6, 2023, Israel was still bombing the fuck out of Palestine and displacing people and pushing them further and further out of their homes. So then a rogue group went and they attacked in retaliation an Israel music fest. Was that right? Fuck no. I don't condone the killing of any civilian, especially in regards to war. I do not condone the act of women, children, and men, civilians, being murdered unjustly. And what does that mean, unjustly, right? I don't condone that shit. That being said, I can't act like I don't understand why that happened. But then you know what happened? The Israeli government licked their fucking lips and they're like, what took you so long? And they began a non-stop bombing tirade. And Western media ate it the fuck up. And the audacity of some of the people that I knew to shout and be like, I'm so scared. It's so scary out here to be Jewish. I'm Jewish. No, it's not. 3 graduates that were wearing Palestinian scarves just got shot by a white man. I guarantee you, if you were wearing a yarmulke, you would not have gotten shot. I saw this badge that said Jewish Lives Matter or Hebrew or Israel Lives Matter. Show me in this conflict, because it's not a fucking conflict. No, a conflict means 2 people are fighting each other. It's we want our land back, and it's fuck you. This isn't a conflict. This is not a conflict. This is a conflict, for sure. This is not what's happening. This is what's happening. And you look at the text. Israel versus Hamas. Okay, how many Hamas soldiers have you killed? Because I see the hospital you bombed. Well, Hamas was under there. Okay, if they were under there, and that hospital was a front, why'd you bomb this school? Well, because there's a tunnel connecting the two. Okay, so that means that there's a tunnel connecting the mosque up there too? Yep, there's a tunnel connecting that too. Okay. What about these homes down here? Yep, all of that's connected, so we're bombing it all. Okay, cool, bet. Hey, you guys said that the civilians should go to this point over here, right? If they want to evacuate? Yeah, we did. Yeah, we gave them that right to go to that point right there so they can evacuate. Okay, cool. Why'd you bomb that? There's a tunnel under there. Okay, then why'd you bomb that other safe point that you said that was miles away? Why'd you bomb that? Listen, you're just coming off as an anti-Semite. I'm Jewish. Oh, well then you just self-hate. I don't hate Jewish people. Well then why are you against us then? We're the victims. Are you? Last time I checked, victims didn't post on TikTok mocking victims. Last time I checked, the victims didn't pay influencers to promote I stand with Israel. Last time I checked. But that's the last time I checked. It could have been a minute between me checking. You know. Last time I checked, victims didn't have settlements. Last time I checked. And the 4-day ceasefire is fucking horse shit. It is the biggest pile of horse shit in the world. There's probably Seabiscuit fucking DNA in there, bro. 4-day ceasefire during Black Friday. I have 147 IQ, but I don't need to be a genius to understand what the fuck they're doing with that. They want social media to calm down, not post anything, so they can get their Black Friday deals, so that these fucking companies can make their money back on the fourth quarter after overcharging us for 3 quarters. That's what the fuck they want to do. They get a TV delivered to them for $150. They sell it for $999 all fucking year. And then want to roll back $400 on it and be like, oh, you're getting a deal. No, the fuck you're not, dummy. This shit is just so fucking sickening. I've lost all faith in the Democratic Party because of what Biden did and what can be assumed. And this shit hurts me to say. But if Biden is condoning this, you have to assume that's what Bill, Hillary, and Obama also condoned. They're all in the same fucking party. And then Biden having the audacity during election to be like, just so you guys remember, this is what the Republican Party did. I don't give a fuck about what they did. You're severely mishandling this situation right fucking now. That's what you're doing. So you gotta fucking go, dude. I'm so third party. It's a fucking shame. And I implore everybody that isn't one way or the other or doesn't fucking vote to just vote third party then. If you don't care about Democrat or Republican, vote third party. Why? So they can get a platform and efforts to not only be the better option, but to make these two motherfuckers be like, oh shit. Because a lot of this shit isn't making fucking sense. Your campaign can't be, well, the other guy sucks more than me. All right, man, what are you gonna do? You're gonna eat this pile of shit or eat this pile of puke? Hey, well, at least I'm not shit. Yeah, well, at least I'm not regurgitated food. Shut up, you're just food that people liked already and it just smells like ass, your waste. Yeah, well, you're fucking a pile of puke and shit. I don't want to eat both of y'all, any of y'all. I have that option. No, you gotta pick. No, I fucking don't. Someone's gonna pick. Well, that person's stupid. What's this third option? Can't we? What's that plate of chicken right there? Oh no, you don't wanna eat that plate of chicken. You don't even know what that plate of chicken was. That plate of chicken seasoned? Who knows? It could be unseasoned chicken. You don't want unseasoned chicken. Yes, the fuck I do. If these are my two fucking shit ass options, what the fuck's wrong with you? And the whole, well, what about October 7th? Let's start there. Why? Why are we starting in October 7th when this shit happened in 1948? There's this movie called Enough. It's with Jennifer Lopez. The movie starts off with Jennifer Lopez meeting this guy and him being super nice. They get married. She's had enough of his shit because he's obviously cheating on her. So then he beats the fuck out of her. He whoops the dog shit out of her. And he continues to whoop the dog shit out of her until she figures out a way to leave. And when she gets her friends over to help sneak her out, he wakes up, beats the dog shit out of her again. So when her friend wakes up their daughter and is like, look at daddy, look at daddy. And then mommy is able to leave. And then he follows her around trying to beat the dog shit out of her. So you know what she does? She takes self-defense class. She breaks into his home. She finds out where he is because she's tired of living on the run. They fight. And she ends up shooting him. If you were to start the movie when she broke into his house, beat the shit out of him, and then shot him, you would think, oh, J-Lo's the fucking villain of this movie. because you chose where you wanted to start the movie. Why did she break into that man's home? He was just chilling. Start at the beginning of the fucking movie, then form your fucking opinion. And it's so disingenuous for me to say that this is a movie, because it's not a fucking movie. These are lives being fucking lost. They stopped electricity. They stopped water. They stopped medical supplies. What victims do that? What victims say, I need to stop these hospitals from operating? That's not a victim. I hate to make this comparison. But it's like when Christians say that, oh, there's a war on Christmas because people are saying happy holidays. Well, I can't say Merry Christmas. Yes, the fuck you can. Say Merry Christmas. You say Merry Christmas to me, I'll be like, Merry Christmas to you too. And I hope you have a great holiday. Well, then why does everything say happy holidays? Because I'm not me. I'm that person might be representing a company. And the company might have various people. So they say happy holidays. And then if you say happy Hanukkah back, happy Hanukkah to you, Mazel Tov. Day 6 of the menorah, enjoy. You know, that type shit. Well, I'm a victim. Where? In your settlement. I need to stay anonymous for this person's sake. I don't need to stay anonymous. Because fuck that. I ain't no bitch. But here's the thing. Yeah, Israeli lives matter. And I'm just like, y'all are turning that lives matter thing into something so fucking nasty. And nowhere in the history of anywhere did anybody say that their lives don't fucking matter. Well, no one said Palestinian lives don't matter. You don't gotta say it when you're showing me you fucking don't care. That's the thing. And every article I see, bro, I research it. I research both sides. I look at the Israeli propaganda, bro, and that's what that shit is. It is legit them just shouting, this land has been promised to us. It is our birthright. These people are just, they need to just surrender. And it's like there's nothing to surrender. By surrender, what war are they fighting? They haven't attacked anybody. Well, that's because we've been giving it to them hard. No, it's not. That's not the reason why. Because history has shown that when it's an actual war between two people, you may be giving it to them hard right there, but they're coming back around over here. That hasn't fucking happened. You know what has happened? Other countries have stepped in and been like, hey, you guys need to chill the fuck out. We're seizing this ship. This craft, this flight plan that you have for this ship that cuts through our sea. Nope, not anymore. Mine now. That's what the fuck's happened. Look, people are against this. No, the fuck we're not. You're not an anti-Zionist or anti-Israel. No, I'm not. I love the people of Israel. I hate the Israeli government. And the people that are propaganded to love the Israeli government are fucking lost. Just like the people that are dead set propaganded to love the American military and ignoring all the atrocities that we have committed as a country over the span of our life. Motherfuckers have been like, well, if you guys feel so passionately about it, then you should give your land back to the Native Americans. Okay, so you agree then. I know you thought you cooked right there, but you agree then that what America did to Native Americans is exactly what Israel is doing to Palestine. No, that's not what I meant. You said it. I didn't make you say it. You said it. You thought you cooked, and you didn't. That was very much like Katie Osborne being like, if you want to kick all the Mexicans out of America, who's going to clean your toilets? That was we did not make you say that. You thought that out and you said that. So you agree then? You guys need to just say that you're anti-Semitic. I'm Jewish, I'm not. Well, you have self-hate. No, I fucking don't. No, I fucking don't. And if you're so quick to label shit, if you're so quick to label motherfuckers, you're anti-Palestine. Well, yeah, because they bombed us on October 7th. And what did you do before that? We were just taking back our land. Oh, you're mitigating. How were you taking it back? Were you winning it? Were you going through a legal procedure? Or were you kicking people's doors in, shooting the husband, and screaming at all the women and kids to get the fuck out? And now they have to deal with seeing their dad, who was just fucking there hanging out with them, get his house kicked in, shot in front of all of his kids and wife, and now they're forced to grab what they can and run out of what their home was. That's what you are fucking doing. A Palestinian gets on a plane, goes to America to visit family, and they cannot go back. A Jewish person born in America gets on a plane, flies to Israel, and they hear "Welcome home." Fuck you. Fuck you. And that's my rants. Those are my fucking rants. Oh, I need to watch something.